second quarter with you, the emphatic way in which the Lakers came back from down 17, went on a 14-0 run. In one moment there in the third, that a potential three-point play could have cut it to 3.
Yeah.
Has us a bit speechless.
I am speechless because I've never seen the type of dominance over one team that the Lakers have had over the Lakers in the last 5 years or so, I think. Mm-hmm. This game really, to me, it just said that they don't really have it. And I don't know, without AD, if they can get to that. It's kind of embarrassing, to see how they, just get embarrassed by the Clippers. Brez, I know you got the stats, and I'll wait for all that, but I thought they would put up some fight, which they did. Mm-hmm. But to put up that big comeback, which I thought was a great comeback, and going into halftime with tons of momentum, and then to come out and allow them to do what they did, shooting threes, offensive rebounds, dominating in all aspects of the games. And the Lakers can't shoot. They can't put the ball in the bucket. And so I know they're missing AD, but man, that's what I don't know what to say. It's pretty bad. And hey, the Clippers are good. They're good without their two because they play a system, and Reggie and, the rest of the team, they shot the 3-ball well. They played defense well, and the Lakers had no response. This is the first time in my entire career that I have absolutely no words to say other than they just got beat badly. And it's really looking bleak, and I feel like I don't know if they even have an opportunity to maybe make the playoffs, Brad.
James, good words right there, strong words. Hard to disagree. I mean, right now the Lakers are 1 game ahead of New Orleans, if my math is right, for the 9th place in the Western Conference, and only 2 games ahead of Portland. Lakers play New Orleans twice between now and the end of the regular season. Portland has the NBA's easiest schedule between now and the end of the regular season. As for tonight's game, Lakers thoroughly outplayed. Shooting, a big issue for them, obviously. Crushed behind the three-point line. And also down low. This is the one that surprised me a little bit, James. You got Zubats, we know him well. Isaiah Hartenstein, 14 of 18 tonight. Really hammering the Lakers down low in the paint. And I don't know what the Lakers are going to say. You keep hearing them say the right things after these games. LeBron saying he felt like, I'm not 12 feet under, so we still have a chance. And then James, Allie, they got buried tonight. That's for sure.
To me, there's no, and there hasn't been, from what I can see, what's transferring from practice to locker room to the game. There's no harmony, or it doesn't look like they believe that they can win games. And so I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I'm seeing in their play. They play really hard to either get a lead or to come back, and then it seems like they just quit, or they don't execute, or they forget how to play the game. I would have fought hard knowing how the Clippers were visibly trying to embarrass you tonight. I mean, Reggie was like, he was having fun. That to me would have been enough to get my juices going. So I don't know what's going on with this team. I don't know what's going on in the locker room, but I see a lot of pointing fingers on defense. I don't see an active, excited bench when things are happening. Monk had the big dunk to get excited early, but I don't see a lot of things that make a team be whole, and they're not.
Look, they often say,
and I don't know if they can get there at this point.
Big Game, there was a moment there, I think, to start the fourth where I looked at you and I said what's so telling is for a team who has fought all season long for consistency or trying to figure it out. That one play, the play we're talking about, is that potential three-point play where LeBron gets held by Morris Sr. The foul call does not go their way, and it turns into an automatic 8-0 run, a bit of a scoring drought. This play right here does not get the continuation, does not get the call. It turns into an 8-0 Clipper run quickly. A scoring drought turns into a 19-2 run, and then an eventual 40-18 quarter. But seemingly one play that shows the fragility of this team right now, Big Game. You've played on a lot of teams, and you know that adversity, it can teach you a lot about yourself. Yeah. You either come together or you fold. And with 20 games left, the Lakers have one option if they want an opportunity to play in the postseason.
Yeah, that one play would have given me incentive to play harder, play defense, lock them up. The fact that we didn't get that call, but it went the other way. It's almost as if they said, oh, man, we didn't get the call, and they start focusing on that, and the Clippers just kept playing. And there's no resistance, not even a hard foul, just layup after layup from the two bigs, and then execution by the Clippers. They had uncontested threes, just knocking down threes. They're one of the best in the league at doing it. And I saw a lot of like sad faces, just sad. Like, what are we going to do? I don't think Westbrook wants to take a shot outside of 15 feet. That, to me, if you're going to be out on the court, you got to take the shot, miss or make. It disrupts the whole offense when you don't take a shot. And so that has become an issue, his personal struggles has, it's not helping. It hasn't been healed. And you can tell that the chemistry is not there. The harmony is not there. They had more chemistry and harmony a month ago when they were losing, but they had more fight and harmony and cohesiveness. Now it's like it's like The Walking Dead.
James, I want to talk about 40-point quarters. If you're a good team defensively, you allow one 40-point quarter every month?
Yeah.
Every couple months?
Maybe every 6 months.
Right? The Lakers in the last 3 games have allowed a 40-point quarter. They gave up 44 to New Orleans in that third quarter, take it back. Gave up 41 to Dallas 2 nights ago in the second quarter. Tonight, a 40-point quarter yet again to the Clippers in that third quarter.
And that speaks to whether you believe in one another or not, whether you're connected as a team, whether you're willing to fight. When you have quarters like you just described, that's effort, heart, and believing in one another. And they don't. It didn't seem like they, I don't want to say they don't care, because I think they care, but they don't care enough to fix it. And that's a problem.
And one other thing that is a problem, because you mentioned at the top, without Anthony Davis, it looks really bleak for them, right? Well, Anthony Davis isn't walking through that door anytime soon. March 17th is the 4-week update, and at that point, it's not like Anthony Davis is going to step back out on the court and give you 25 and 15 right away, right? There is a time that they will be without him. But since the All-Star break, I thought Kevin Harlan hit this well on the broadcast. Almost a week ago against the Clippers, they found themselves down 16. These are the holes in which the Lakers have put themselves in these last 4 games. Sunday, down 32, as many to the Pelicans. Against the Mavs, 21. Tonight, as many as 30. For a team, Big Game, you know this, it's hard enough just to win in the league.
Yeah.
But when you dig yourselves holes and you're constantly having to climb out of it, and there's not a lot of chemistry, there's not a lot of continuity, we can beat that till we're blue in the face.
Yeah.
But you're not setting yourselves up for success when you're constantly having to climb from behind.
And constantly, it's not like 2 or 3 times a month. It's constantly game after game after game. And, even with AD in the lineup, we've seen similar type play where, maybe AD refused to take a shot in the fourth quarter. They lose. So I know AD is a big part of where we're going, but I don't even think the AD is the answer at this point. Obviously, his numbers will help, But I'm not even sure with the inconsistency in tone of chemistry and support. And I know they're going to say we support one another, but it doesn't ring on the floor. And that's all I see. I don't see cohesiveness. I don't see we believe. You can say the right things, and they always do, but that's not what's showing up on the floor. We need to play defense, not showing up. We need to take away 3-point. Yeah, we've been saying that for 3 or 4 months. It's not showing up. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. With or without AD, doesn't matter. Clippers are without 2 of their stars. Nobody expected them to be playing the way they're playing. They're playing hard, and it was embarrassing tonight to have to even think about the fact that the Clippers have dominated the Lakers. It's finally happened.
Yeah, James, I mean, I'm sure you feel like they could just go back to the New Orleans game and just play whatever you said after that game tonight. It would be a very similar situation. Yeah. Allie, we just showed the graphic. The Lakers, this stuns me, have now lost 6 times by 20 or more points this season. I mean, we're barely into March. And there it is again. This team, keep in mind, was the second choice in Vegas before the season began to win it all. Brooklyn, the one team ahead of them. And these blowouts just keep stacking up. They keep piling up. And I don't know how you end it. Well, I think it's got to start with defense, but there's none to be seen, James.
Yeah, I mean, defense is not even like the first thing they need to deal with right now. I mean, they got to have some kind of meeting of the minds to say, look, how are we going to play? Regardless of injuries, regardless of buckets going in, they got to figure out how they want to play because, when you have the Clippers come out and treat you like you're like a JV team, laughing all the way to the bucket, shooting threes, dancing, all that, that has to be answered. And it's been like that all season long. I mean, everyone's done it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, Memphis at Crypto.com, I believe it was last month, that game. Those guys are having a great time, laughing, high-fiving. Desmond Bain, John Morant, as they were beating the Lakers pretty handily. And Reggie Jackson tonight.
And if you don't
playing with the Lakers.
And if you don't respond to that, then that lets you know that, look,